Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Immigrant Section. Hello, hello, hello. It's your boy Abbas Wahab. What are y'all saying? First things first, as you know, smash the subscribe button. I say it every time and it doesn't get old. Or maybe it does. And if you're listening from Spotify, Apple, Google, plus follow. You want to know when these episodes drop. And again, that just comes to an end. And I look across me and I say, welcome to my boy, Moe Ismail. What are you saying, doggy?
Thank you, bro. I'm good, man. How you been?
Not too bad, man. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, man.
Coconut water. To those listening, wallahi coconut water, man.
Halal, too.
Halal. Is there a non-halal coconut water?
Man, probably. You know what? I feel like if you dig hard enough into anything, you're going to find some unhalal characteristics. So, you know, I think this was blessed.
But for those listening, this is halal. Some guy's teetering on the thing. I'm closing it, man. I don't support this, man. What's going on, bro? You brought me a Jamaican patty. I appreciate that.
Hey, man, I was running late, and it's just like the Egyptian in me was like, man, you can't show up empty-handed, especially if you're late. So I was like, let's just stop at Randy's. Shout out Randy's. Just a little side.
Dude, I love that. Where's Randy's, actually? Is that Eglinton?
What? That's your name.
I don't know the names of the places. I just know the names, the colors of the sign. So yellow sign?
Here's what you need to know. Randy's is the best patty in the city.
Okay.
There's a couple of competitors. There's Randy's, there's Allen's, and
they're all first names, naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
People still talk about, like, you know, the Warden Station or the Bathurst Station patties, but those guys are kind of falling a little bit.
Yeah. Anything too close to a station?
Yeah.
How good could it be, right?
Well, it used to be good, man. It used to be the top. It used to be the number one, but then over the years.
But where's the ranking? Like, what do you mean it used to be number one? like the word on the street type deal?
Well, I mean, you know, okay, so like we moved to Canada in '96, so
Yo, we moved '97.
Did you?
Hey! Yeah, Tupac for some reason, I don't know.
Dude, it was just there was no like the patty game was kind of okay at the time. It was just like
the patty game.
Yeah, because it was like Patty King. That's what it was. We came in, it was just Patty King, and we didn't know it was beef pâté. That's what you have, some beef pâté. That's what my dad would say.
Is that the other name for it? Beef Betty?
Beef patty, bro.
Oh, beef patty. Okay, I thought you were saying beef Betty.
No, my dad just made, Adam.
Beef Betty. That's so funny. Halal?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
then we would microwave it, and I was like, and it was good, but then, you know, you eventually start getting deeper into the patty game, and you go, hold on, there's a couple of steps, because you want the inside to be hot, but the outside to be nice and flaky.
Yes.
And if you microwave it,
it gets hard on the outside, right?
Or it just becomes wet.
Yeah,
like a beef napkin or something.
Yeah, which I don't mind. You know what I do mind is when the edges become very hard.
Yeah. But you like it wet? You like
I like it on the wetter side. Like it's a burrito. You ever get a burrito with too much sauce inside and it's like a fucking wet pocket? It's a pocket of wetness. As long as the flavor is right. I would take it wet before I take it like hard where it just drops the sides.
Let me take it wet instead of taking it hard.
Yeah.
Can I get a patty? Wet or hard? Yeah, can I get it wet? They just dip it in a bucket and give it to you?
Yeah. It's the hard one. It's like, you want it dipped or undipped? I'll get it dipped, please. Dipped. But I didn't know you were this deep into the Jamaican patty game.
Buddy, the whole Jamaican food scene, I'm like a Jamaican food connoisseur, man. I've had almost every jerk place in the city. It's like my favorite food, oxtail, jerk chicken. It's just, it consumes
When I
me.
suggested before this podcast start, we go get some jerk chicken after this, I had no idea that this was like...
It's my favorite.
I was stepping into your expertise zone.
No,
you know what
buddy,
I mean?
you did exactly what I wanted. I'm like, yes, I absolutely... Anytime. Dude, I'll have jerk chicken for breakfast sometimes.
I'm so happy I didn't suggest a place, though. you know you were going to hit me with a... or something like
bad
that.
Place?
Yeah, not on this side of the world, buddy.
No, but I feel also you being Sudanese, like you also have some sort of frame of reference in terms of like flavor and like having flavorful food and like our countries are neighbors, so we have very, I don't know, do we have any foods that crisscross?
Yeah,
we
bro.
Do, right?
Adis, right off the top.
Yeah,
you guys have adis.
Yeah.
That's fucking lentil soup for you guys.
Yeah.
Lentils. We got everything ruz.
Yeah.
Lahm and ruz, everybody has.
Of
fucking
course.
meat and rice,
Yeah.
right?
Molokhaya, do you guys have molokhaya?
We have it, yeah. We just call it like, we have that and we just have general mulahs. Do you guys call them mulahs?
What is that?
Like stew. Like, oh, we're gonna make a mulah. Mulakhia we have mulah sharmut.
What?
Yeah, swear
What
to
is
God,
that?
dude. Yeah. To those who are watching and listening, you don't know sharmuta literally, and there's a sharmuta means prostitute or like fucking whore essentially in Arabic. And there's a mulah, like I guess it's Sudani. If the Egyptian doesn't even know it, I'm assuming it's Sudani.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in it, but it's like a staple stew. A lot of Sudanese stuff is stews.
There's bits of real whore inside.
If you pay for the premium shit, yeah.
Yeah. Can I get my stew with a little bit of slut, please? You guys
Oh,
got
you want it dipped? Yeah. She's just fucking laying back. Please dip, my friend, dip. This is dry, but like this mullah, one time we're having it, and I liked it. I still remember being like in 7th grade and eating with my mom and dad. They had it, like everyone was playing, everyone was out. It was just me and my mom and dad, which is rare because I'm one of 6 siblings, right? So when you're one of that many siblings, already you're like, this is my moment to shine. This is one-on-one time.
Yeah.
I can be like a kid. I go, I sit, they're having it. I'm like, ooh, mulah sharmuta. I love mulah sharmuta. I kept saying it for some reason.
Yeah.
I had no idea that, like, I thought it was mulah sharmuta.
Yeah.
So I thought it was called, like, whore stew.
Horse stew, yeah.
Yeah. But it's mulah, it's like home stew. Imagine. Like, it's so close to whore, but it's like one letter off.
Is that how you say
so
home?
it's sharmut. It's like sharmut. So I kept saying, and then my dad, and my mom was kind of giggling a little bit, and my dad at one point broke out. He goes, Abbas, sharmuta means prostitute. Mulah sharmut. And then I was so awkward by like any of that. I was like, oh no.
So you guys call home sharmut.
No, we don't even, but I'm just saying how close it is, whore versus home.
But what, hold on. So is that...
A bit. We call home a bit.
But what does sharmut... But how does sharmut translate into home?
It doesn't, but I'm saying for English speakers,
Yeah.
how close the word whore and home are,
Yeah.
how they differ by a letter
Yeah.
and mean totally different things.
Yeah.
That's sharmut and sharmuta is the point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
You're like, no.
I was
Do
like-
not translate them. They don't equate. None of that. Don't misunderstand. I'm sorry if it was confusing as fuck.
I was like, so it's male whore?
I think I've heard that. Yeah, you're connecting dots and shit.
Yeah. So how do you guys make your molokhia? That's what I want to know.
It's always, actually, honestly.
You guys, is it chopped? Is it minced?
It's like a fucking, you know what it's like? It's like a lot of the stuff in Sudani culture. Have you ever had like, what's it called? Clam chowder.
Yeah.
That consistency.
Okay.
That's a lot of Sudani stuff. Not necessarily with the like seafood in it.
Yeah.
But like that kind, it's kind of like gooey. It's like a medium. It's like a thick medium kind of thing.
Slimy. A little.
Yeah, it feeds a lot of people. It's got a big water and salt base. You know?
Yeah.
Like these are like ingredients and recipes that were cultivated in harsh times.
At least 4 bouillon cubes.
Yeah. At least.
Yo, Maggie? Is there Maggie?
Yeah.
4. Put 4.
Dude, legit. All of Arab fucking culinary, like all of Arab food is based off of those Maggie cubes.
Oh yeah,
dude. All of it.
It's everything, dude. I've cooked meals that have just been kind of trash, and all I did was throw in like half a Maggie, and it's just transcended my food into a different level.
Half a Maggie. I love that.
That's
shit.
it, man.
Are you? I forget. Did you take cooking school? Or
No,
something? Yeah.
no. I look like I belong in the kitchen.
What is it about you?
I just love cooking, man. I love cooking. I love food.
I love food.
Yeah, I grew up with.
I can tell by the patty fucking obsession,
buddy.
yo.
It's like we're just breaking bread with someone is just like next level. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
It's like there's a new level of connection once you eat with someone. Even if you're just bringing like a snack and you're sharing a snack, it's like it's so intimate. So for me, I grew up. Obviously in the Arab world, drinking isn't that like prominent.
No, it's like non-existent.
Yeah, so we just eat. So just Arabs just eat and get fat.
Yeah, we just bloat.
Which I mean, I used to look at it and be like, what's wrong with these Arabs not eating healthy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then like, I'm getting older now and my metabolism's slowing down and my belly's getting bigger and I'm just not doing anything about it. And I'm like, I'm getting the Bubba vibes right now. I'm like, I got the body, now I just need the kids to go with it.
Did you see it coming? Because sometimes I'm like, this metabolism is slowing down.
Yeah.
I'm still not at the point where I'm piling on, but I know at a point that the switching point will happen where it's like your bad habits are no longer like permissible. Like it doesn't fade away. It's not inconsequential. Like there is a direct consequence to your actions now.
Yeah.
And it's a sad day.
I mean, I didn't know it was coming. I mean, because my whole family is like, so I come from a family of, slightly overweight people, and my brother's a bigger guy, my mom was bigger, and they're on this mission right now, so they're like losing weight rapidly, and I feel like such a dick because I just like show up and I'm always bringing home food at all times, man. So I'm always bringing like Thai food, or I went to this new Arab place, so it's just the way we were brought up. You always bring, if you're gonna eat, bring some food home for the family.
Oh yeah. So, or if you didn't, finish it before you come in.
Yeah.
That's the other side of the rule,
You're standing outside your door just inhaling.
Or just in your car, you're parked. But you're like, I can't enter with like, but that has, oh my God, that's so funny because that has a dark side and an ugly backside, because like young Arabs get that mentality too. I remember always the chill sessions with the Arab boys where we just go to my one buddy Ahmed's basement, we just shoosh. Till this day we do this. It's been 10 years, 10 years. So we link up at this guy's basement, we hang out, we smoke some shisha, right?
Yeah.
But back in the day, it used to be like there was just this fucking back in the day there used to be a custom of like, when someone was coming, all the boys would be linking up on the weekend. I'm talking about like 8 years ago when we're all like in school or just out of school, where like the weekend, no one is married.
Yeah.
So it's always hanging, always hanging.
Yeah.
There was a habit of people being like, yo, I'm reaching. Ask if anyone wants Tim Hortons. Yo, I'm dropping by McDonald's. Ask if anyone wants. And now there's 6 guys in the basement. Okay?
Oh, God.
So now, okay, now
listen. No.
Yo. So I was the quote unquote cheap guy, okay? Whereas in like, I still didn't show up. I wouldn't, it still goes without saying, don't show up with some shit unless you can share it.
Yeah.
So you got to finish it before, or don't go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they got into this fucking crazy habit where it'd be like, someone would be like, it was while they started working too. So I'm going to Tim Hortons and suddenly it's like an 8-thing order. One time I freaked out, bro.
Yeah.
I was going to McDonald's. There was like, the word got around and they sent me like a 5 full meal order. And I'm like, no, I went up. And it was so awkward. I was like the first one to break in the group. Like, no, I just came to hang out. I'm not about to drop $56 on McDonald's. I just wanted fucking 2 junior chickens.
I like how you say word got out. It's like I just picture standing in a grocery store and looking at like those tabloid magazines, and it's like Abbas Wahab is going to McDonald's. All your boys are like, yo, can you give me double Big Mac, no mac sauce, extra lettuce? Like,
legit, bro. I'm serious. God. Big Mac meal. Yo, Big Mac meal, no this. Big Mac meal, like 5 of them. And I lost it. Yeah. And my one buddy had a bad habit. I love this guy, my buddy Ahmed. Do you have a buddy who's like, Ahmed doesn't drink like alcohol, but he gets addicted to a new drink. He has phases. Do you have buddies who have like
my brother Ahmed is exactly like that.
Is this an Ahmed thing?
I think
is it for the Ahmeds out there? They get addicted to a certain thing. My buddy, this was back when Tim Hortons used to have the ice caps with the flavor shots. And we used to laugh. He'd be like, bro, get me a large. Like I'm going through Tim Hortons. Anybody want Timmy's? Timmy's is easier.
Yeah.
5 people can ask for Timmy's and you're $20 or less.
Yeah.
Right? So but my buddy used to always push it. We used to make fun of him because he'd be like, Ahmed, do you want anything? He's like, yeah, a large ice cap with a butterscotch shot. I'm like, that's a $7 drink, bro. I'm deep in OSAP. What are you thinking, bro? Till this day, we make fun of him. But like, that ends, and then like the kombucha will come, or like, and there'll be a new thing where he has always this one type of drink.
The new drink. Yeah, my brother's on matcha right now.
Yeah, bro, matcha takes people over, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I still don't know what it is.
Same. My matcha, sister loves it. I know it's green.
I went to my brother. Is it green? I thought it was purple.
Green as fuck.
What's the purple one?
Hibiscus?
No. Not. It's like I think it's Japanese.
Ooh.
Or is it matcha?
Bro, matcha is usually green. Like my sister.
Nah, it's like a new thing that's like everybody is talking about it. It's purple. They make it in like ice cream. Or not ice cream.
Oh, is it like like an exotic fruit?
I think so.
Like wild berry or some shit like that?
Something like that, man. Oh, buddy. Should I? No,
Yeah,
can I call Ahmed?
Call him.
I'm gonna call
And put him on speaker too.
He's on his way right now. I think he's in the car. Let me.
That's so funny. Yeah, you gotta. First time this has been done.
Habibi, what's going on? Just a heads up. I'm just recording the podcast with Abbas right now. Say what up.
Say it again, sorry?
I'm recording the podcast with Abbas right now. Say what up.
Yes, what up?
What's going on, Ahmed? What's going on? You're live.
You're live, buddy. So,
Oh, that's amazing.
listen. Quick question for you.
Yeah.
We were talking about Ahmeds and their obsessions for new types of drinks every once in a while. So I told him that you're onto this new drink. What's that thing called? The purple one that you got in ice cream form?
Buddy, acai.
Acai.
That acai.
I like how he said it like he's part of a gang. Acai all day.
That's so Scarborough. Acai.
Buddy, it's all about the acai, man. They come in any form of acai comes in a
Yo, the acai sales just shot, bro, right now. Bro,
Yeah.
83 people bought acai.
Buddy, I go to this guy's house the other day, and he goes, I go, hey man, can I? He goes, you want to try some acai? I was like, what is that? He's like, just try it. That's Ahmed. He doesn't even know what it is. Yo, just try it. Trust me. I tried it, buddy. It was a purple freezy. It tasted like a grape freezy.
Bro, acai.
Buddy, acai. You don't know, man.
All right, buddy, get out of here.
That's
I gotta
so
get back
funny.
to this.
Let me just tell you one quick thing.
Yeah.
The funny thing about acai is that when I got introduced to it at a jiu-jitsu tournament.
Bro, you gotta drink acai, man.
Yeah. You want to tap people out.
As you're getting tapped out.
And that's why I eat it. I think it's just gonna make me a better jiu-jitsu fighter.
Oh yeah, he does jujitsu too. That's pretty crazy.
Yo, check out the Pretty Hairy podcast. My boy Moe and his brother, man. They're doing an
all
episode right
day.
now. Your podcast just took over my podcast.
A merger.
Can I see something?
All right, buddy, get out of here.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Nice meeting you, man.
All right, but
Yalla, bro.
Peace. Yeah, bro. Acai.
That's fucking Ahmed for you. That's every Ahmed ever, bro. That's Ahmed. That's Ahmed vibes. I love
Yeah.
it. Bro, man, acai. That's so funny.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. Let's actually
Yeah.
let's Google it just
Acai.
because I like to educate people on the podcast as well.
Hey, man.
They're probably thinking at this point they're driving like, what the fuck is acai? You've said it 18 times,
Yeah.
but no one is Googling it. How do you even spell it?
ACAI
EE?
or AE.
I just wrote ACAIEE.
Maybe.
It says ACA code reference guide. Ugh. Acai drink. ACAI.
Yeah.
I think it's ACAI.
Yeah, that sounds.
There
about
you
right.
go. Oh, fuck. Okay, what is the first link? What is acai? You should know about acai berries. Nature's purple gold. There you go.
Buddy, see? But this guy is letting it.
Purple gold. This is
Purple.
the extent of my production. Look at the camera. Dude.
I went to his house and I was like, yo, man, you got anything sweet? He's like, yeah, I got some acai. And I tasted it. I'm like, this just tastes like a purple freezy.
They fucking always are pushing the new super thing.
Yeah.
Right now, I forget where it was. I think it was, ironically, Taco Bell.
Yeah.
If they had like a wrap, is like there's literally a fruit called superfruit or something like that. One of these fruits has like the name is so fucking
So
commercialized.
like passion fruit?
No, like passion fruit.
Something like that.
Like passion fruit probably got introduced in like the 70s, the passion years. You know, now it's all about super and health. You know,
What is it? Dragon?
Dragon was the
Dragon fruit?
Was the Game of Thrones period. Dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit. Yeah, it's really. I think you know what I did. I tried the. People have been talking to me about this for a long time, and I've always wanted to try it. But I tried a poke bowl the other day.
Oh my god! Did you were just talking to me about that poke?
I love poke bowls now. I'm hooked.
I haven't had a good one.
What?
I haven't had a good one.
Buddy. I go, I'm not going to plug this place until they start paying this podcast.
Yeah, right.
But I went to the
Yo,
spot.
put the money up, and then you say their name.
Yeah. They're you know what? They're pretty good. It was just like, it's like sushi in a bowl. It's just eating the same thing in a different form.
You know what I didn't like about it though? The salmon pieces I got, we're too big. You know, I know, like immigrant man. What do you mean too big? If you pay a price and they give more, how is that bad? How can it be? No, but like it's too big of a piece to be chewing, like in just the midst of rice and stuff.
It's also raw.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if it was like a steak, then I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if you had a bowl and it's the perfect steak and you cut a fat piece, it's like cut a smaller piece. But if it's raw fish, it's like definitely cut a smaller.
It's got to be like sashimi. It's got to be like
thin or at least cubed. Like this last one I'm playing, I'm like managing the salmon in my mouth. I'm like half biting it, chewing. I'm literally doing like mouth management. Bro, I'm like, I don't like this shit.
It's a new course offered at your local college. Mouth management.
Mouth management. Oh, dude.
That's amazing.
No, man, I fucking, I'm so sick of this like trend of foods. There's
Yeah.
always a trend of food. You
Yeah.
remember when sushi first hit, like, where everybody wanted sushi nonstop, where like every group, everything, sushi was so exciting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know avocados existed until like 10 years ago.
Oh, same. And for me, honestly, it's like 6 years ago.
Yeah. Like, but isn't
It's the
that
hottest
weird?
thing.
Dude, it's
The best PR. Nobody has better PR than avocados, bro. I'm serious.
Dude, it's so funny. This is, speaking of avocados, Ahmed hates avocados, all right? My brother just can't stand them. Or actually, he used to love them. Like, I got him into guacamole.
Okay.
All right, I put him on guacamole. And this guy was
I put you on game, bro.
Yeah.
You're on your dime bed. Don't forget about guac. Don't forget about the guac.
My boy guac.
Yeah.
So I put him on guac, and this guy got hooked. And then he went to Mexico, and he went to this like fancy resort. This guy calls me long distance from the resort. He's like, "Bro, you won't believe it." I go, "What?" He's like, "You asked for guac? These guys will bring you a bowl, like a bowl made of stone. I don't know what you call those things. Like
Probably a stone bowl.
Stone bowl, I guess." And this guy, they come to his table and they cut open the avocado and they make guac right at your table. And he's like, "Yo, it's sick, bro. I've been eating so much guac." This guy comes back, not even 2 months later, goes for sushi. His sushi roll has a piece of avocado in it. He eats it, doesn't feel good, goes, gets sick, and he has written off like anything.
Oh, he wrote it off completely.
Completely.
And it was for sure the fish that did it too.
Maybe. Yeah. The
avocado
probably
can't get you that sick, bro. You could have the most rotten banana. You'd be like, oh, and like it's not gonna put you down, is it? You know?
I think it's but now he's just, even the thought of it will get him to feel kind of gross.
Damn, it must have put him down hard then, huh?
I put him down pretty hard. I was like, "Buddy, like, just take it easy." He's like, "I can't." I'm like that with sweet potatoes. I can't do sweet potatoes.
That's so funny.
Buddy, anytime I go to like
I could just picture you at a black barbecue, just like they're serving you like, nah, I can't.
No, dude, I absolutely, it's like, I don't know what it is. I think when I was a kid once, somebody was like, "Hey, you want some potatoes?" And I thought it was just going to be like mashed potatoes or something. But it was like
you weren't mentally prepared for the sweetness.
That's what
and
it
was.
Fucked you up. It fucked me up, dude. When they switched it up on you like that, where you go, "Hold on," like if you go, "Hey man, can I get a glass of water?" And then somebody pours you Sprite.
Yeah.
It looks like water, but you drink it, it'll throw you
off. It fucks
off.
you up, yeah.
So that's what it was. I can't. And ever since, when people go, "Hey man, sweet potato fries," I'm like, "I'm gonna fight you, bro."
That's so funny. You're literally traumatized.
Yeah.
It's like the food version of when you like think there's a step there and there's no step and you just fall. That's what happened to you. You're like, "Oh, I'm dying." Oh fuck. Okay, I'm alive still.
Yeah.
But fuck sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I can't do sweet potatoes, and Ahmed can't do avocado. What about you, man? What are foods
That's
that
funny.
you can't do?
Celery a long time ago.
Really?
For some reason, I was so picky. You know what? Looking back at how picky I was, like I said, I come from a big family.
Yeah.
I almost feel like my pickiness developed for like an identity. You ever like if everyone around you is eating something and there's a lot of people around you, you go, "I don't eat this thing." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to be different.
Yeah.
Because I didn't eat ketchup for years. I didn't eat ketchup. I would just have fries straight up. And then like 5 years ago, I started eating ketchup.
Yeah.
And like I'm at a point now where I was like, what the fuck was I doing? Ketchup is all sugar. Why was I love sweet thing. Why was I denying this? Was it for I don't know what it is, but
Do you do ketchup or gravy?
Either or. Oh, bro, gravy. I mean, gravy's rarely an option. That's so funny, dude. You're like, do you do plastic cups or high level glass? It's like I'm usually given a plastic cup, but I'll take the glass.
I don't know the upgrade was available.
No, gravy, of course. Like
Yeah.
I love good gravy.
Yeah.
But I worked at KFC Taco Bell for like a year. And I
Oh,
watched-
you worked at them both.
You remember
The merge when they were
when they
half-half?
first merged it. That's when
Wow.
that lined up with me being 15 and working age. First job, bro. On the KFC side, on the fucking Taco Bell side.
Yeah.
But how KFC makes their I just real quick is I used to not fuck with celery, and that also at some point switched. I don't know. I have no idea why, but some celery's got a weird taste to it, right? You know, it's something different, and I didn't fuck with it growing up, but it's got a nice crunch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it does, yeah.
And now I'm more into the crunch than the flavor, if I'm being honest. It's like drinking water while chewing. Celery's all water, you know what I mean?
So you're good with celery now?
Fine with I don't know, something happens with your taste buds. They change, right?
Yeah, it's
Taste
good with stew, man. You put it in stew, it changes the flavor completely.
Bro, it's when I moved to Michigan and was cooking for myself and started batch cooking tuna salad. When you start making tuna salad and you don't fuck with celery, bro, you're the only one not laughing,
yeah,
you know?
buddy. It's like who's your headliner?
Yeah, right?
Who's hosting this show?
Yeah, I need a medium. There's no structure here.
Because
it's all mush.
The tuna is the headliner, but the celery is like a solid
a strong or a middle, you know what I mean?
Oh, buddy, great middle.
Comedy. We'll be right back with comedy talk. But yo, I used to work at KFC, Taco Bell, the same, you know, a slightly smaller version of each one. And how KFC makes their gravy, I mean, at the time, this was 15 years ago, and I'm sure it's even more disgusting than this by now. They don't get less disgusting as time goes.
Of course not, no.
The fryers, each one's like a cylinder. They have a bunch of fryers that they drop, like they have like, imagine like a rack, like a barbecue rack.
Yeah.
3 of them.
Oh, yeah.
And
for
like
the
in a
fryers?
cage,
Yeah.
they'll line up 6 pieces of chicken here, 6 here, 6 here, and drop this thing into a cylindrical vat of bubbling oil.
Yeah.
Lock it in, close it. It's going, timer, bring it out. They're supposed to change the oil probably every like 48 hours. I was never back there in the cooking, so I don't know the exact frequency, but at the end, a lot of the broken off breading and broken off flour, crisp flour fragments go to the bottom. So when you change it, there's a big precipitate, like precipitate essentially. That's like this chemical term, but like there's all this drop off that's condensed.
Oh, God.
So they take that drop off and they freeze it. The filter is like a cone shape. So they'll literally take the filter, put it in the freezer, and then when they want to make gravy, they go get those filters, they bang it, empty it into the thing. They have a big packet that comes from like the main distribution center for gravy mix.
Yeah.
It's powder. And then they just go boiling water on top and just mix, bro.
Oh.
That's how KFC's gravy is made. And it's fucking great, bro. It's all the runoff. It's
Buddy, I've drank KFC
yeah,
gravy.
yeah, bro. It's the runoff. It's exactly what we want. Imagine it was just powder and water. You'd be fucked that. Give me whatever was in the fucking...
What's in the filter, bro?
Literally, bro. Give me that shit.
KFC gravy is like the dudes that just don't smoke weed, but they just like do oils because it's more like concentrated, you know? You're like, don't just give me beef gravy, dude. I want you to take that filter. It's a filter. Like the term is it filters things out, and not for you to, you know, I don't know.
It's the ultimate recycling.
Yeah.
You know, and you could tell they did that to... It's the best flavor. I mean, and it's the ultimate... I'm not mad at it. Because if you think about it, that's pretty much what all gravies are. Yeah. Right? Like you take the runoff and you add probably like a beef stock or something.
A little bit of flour maybe.
A little bit of flour to thicken it. That's literally what all gravy is. It's just this is done on like a commercial level of a cone. It's a dense, oily like you ever seen oil change?
Yeah.
The top is all liquid, but the bottom's got this hard sediment.
Yeah.
Now imagine that just compressed, bro. That shit I'll never forget. I'm like, damn, this is how they make this shit?
I used to work at McDonald's. When I was
never worked at McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's.
For how long?
For a little over a year when I was like 15, 16, like around then. And I think I was actually underage when I worked there, but my brother knew like a bunch of, because he worked there too. Like that was like one of the jobs that he had.
That's the standard entry. McDonald's is actually a great starting place.
Great starting
Terrific
place.
training system. They really get you into, they tell you you learn on the job what it is to be an employee. There's no better way of learning than to get a part-time job at McDonald's.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. It's crazy. Here's the crazy thing is that like it's not even just the training, but it's the people that you deal with. Like the people that come into McDonald's are like my brother when he worked there, he was working like the kitchen. So he's, making the burgers and stuff. And
You were cash?
I was cash, and then I went to the
You're
kitchen.
a talker, that's why. They put me on cash too.
I went to the cash, and then I went to drive-through, which was like a promotion at the time. I was like, yo, we got a window. Yo, we made it, baby. Right? And then they were like, all right, let's train you on kitchen. And I loved kitchen because you just don't deal with customers.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, my brother, when he worked there, he eventually was like, man, I don't want to do this kitchen thing. He's like, and they go, well, do you want to do night shifts? He goes, okay, I'll do night shifts. So this guy goes and starts doing the night shift. And when you do the night shifts, you got to change the oil. You got to, make sure the restaurant.
I'll do that routine maintenance stuff.
Yeah. And then, but I didn't know this, but this guy tells me, my brother goes, man, sometimes they'd send me into the play place to clean it. And parents, and I don't know if parents still do this, probably not after COVID. You pray to God that they don't. But they'll stuff their kids with cheeseburgers and then send this kid into the ball pit. This kid's doing flips and stuff. And just like, oh, buddy, they'll just either puke or pee in there.
Doesn't have the language skill to yell for help.
To articulate it.
That's just me dying.
Eating gross.
It's like, what is it you want? You're more food? You want more?
He needs nuggets. Get him nuggets.
Can we get another 6? Yeah.
So he would have to go and take out all the balls from the ball pit, put them in like this thing, take them to the back, hose them down, clean up the mess, put the balls back. And it was crazy, man. When I worked there, I worked window, and it was, buddy, imagine just being 15. My voice is still cracking.
Yeah.
I'm just like not comfortable with myself. These guys come up, they're like, I asked for a burger with extra pickles. This has a regular amount of pickles. And they were just like, dude, throw it right up my chest.
Yeah.
And you're 15 and you don't really have a backbone. So you're like, sorry, I'll get you another one. And then you just go, and by the time you realize you got a burger whipped at you, you're at home laying down. You're like, yo,
I should have handled it like this.
Yeah.
You're showering 8 years later. I bet you're still dealing with this.
Oh my God, buddy. I've talked to therapy about
Yeah.
this. Like, that guy threw a burger at me. I'm not happy.
And I think he was really throwing my inner innocence. That's good, Mo.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. It was a fun job, though. I definitely, I feel like that's the job that I became like a man in. That's when I was like, I realized you getting paid.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened to me with KFC Taco Bell. I got it when I was 15. I was more gung-ho and excited to get a job than anyone I knew. I submitted all the applications to work at places 1 week before my birthday to turn 15 because I was like, I'll take them 1 week to get to me and then I'll be 15.
Yeah.
So I was like so amped to work and like make my own money. And KFC Taco Bell was like, dude, I still remember the funny shit I used to, for a year, I used to go into the walk-in fridge just to smack bags of sour cream. You ever smack a bag? You ever smack? It's like a fat ass, bro. Bro, I'd be in there, bro. They'd come in like, what are you doing, man? You got people at the cash. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm just in there smacking a bag of sour cream.
Someone catches you off guard. You're doing some useless shit.
Literally, I swear to God, bro. Literally, just I would be like, I'll be in the fridge if you need me. Oh man, I love Taco Bell was the best.
Hold on, let's go back, bro. Let's go back to that because that's fucking.
I swear, bro. You ever get because they're the restaurant-sized distribution bags.
Yeah,
So they're not like a regular bag you would have at a house.
No.
They're like the size of a laptop, pure sour cream.
Yeah.
And not dense. Not really suspended, like in the sense like it's super pressurized.
Yeah.
There's slack.
Oh, buddy.
There's slack. You know? So
was this in London?
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, I was 15, bro.
Were you the only person of color on staff, or
Yeah. Oh, I used to.
the only black guy slapping bags of ranch in the back?
Bro, I look back at the shit I used to do. I used to pretend I was a slave to my white manager. And it was my joke, and it made him awkward.
Yeah.
I used to come up to him. I was 15, you know? I was
Yeah.
still like a fucking smart ass and shit.
You don't even know what's
I would
funny.
take my hat off. I would be like, peace, sir. I was thinking that I could take my lunch, my break now. And he'd be like, dude, you're so fucking weird. Just go. I would literally just to fuck around and make him feel awkward.
Yeah.
But it's so funny the people you work with at the time, because it's funny when you first get exposed to the working industry, like what impresses you. Like my manager was working at Taco Bell for 16 years. And I remember watching her wrap burritos. And I'm like, damn, you really know how to wrap a burrito. And she's like, I've been doing it for 16 years. And I'll be like, damn, that's high level, you know? And now I'm like, damn, 16 years?
Oh, no.
You gotta be at least regional manager at this point or something. You gotta be a store manager. By 16 years, you gotta be covering Southwestern Ontario, at least. You know?
Minimum.
In the game.
Yeah.
At least, if not the province person.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely not wrapping burritos.
Bro, it's so... The shit that could have impressed you, the manager that I used to pretend I was a slave to, dude named Dan. Again, like this guy had a DUI, so he drove around on a gas scooter. Way before they were like birds or the cool. Like, I used to wear a helmet, and I used to be like, man, sick, that's gas powered. He's like, yeah, they can do up to like 50. You know what I mean? And like, he literally lost his license because he had a DUI. And I'm like, I want a scooter like that.
He's like, keep drinking.
Yeah, exactly, right? Well, keep playing your cards right, kid.
No, that's crazy, man. Every job brings its own like chapter of BS and like lessons. I used to work for a bank. It was a call center, and people would call about their credit cards, and I would just answer their balance, tell them their balance, and all that stuff. And that was a crazy job, man, because they record all your calls.
Yeah.
So there was nothing.
My little sister's doing that right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Buddy, all power to your sister.
Yeah,
because
from home.
It's the worst job. Dude, I would rather work at McDonald's than work at a call center, because it was just... First of all, the amount of racism that you received.
By the way, I have worked at a call center.
Oh, so you know all about that. So
but we were selling stuff.
Oh,
so they
you're
just hang up
outbound?
on us. Like, yeah, outbound magazine sales.
Damn. See, I had it easier. I had people calling me, but it was about credit. Like, here's the thing. Nobody ever calls their credit card company to say thanks.
Yeah. Like, that's only a sour call.
Yeah, only problem. So it was just like, and they set targets for you, so you had to take like 80 calls a day or something like that. And if you got under that, your manager would pull you in and be like, hey, so I noticed you only took 75. Is there something you want to tell me? And you're like, yeah, I don't care about this place. Like, this is dumb. Everybody here is like just lifeless. Like, you see people, like you said, 16 years. Buddy, there was a chick that sat next to me. It was like an older woman, and she was there for 30 years. I was like, where was the credit card call center industry 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Like this, I'm guessing she was just on a typewriter. Like, you got to pull your balance, so you got to go to the back room and pull a file.
Yeah, like the how old operators would connect cables. Well, you want to talk to 68? Number 68? Click, click. All right, you're talking to her. Click, click. Like,
yeah.
Dude, did she walk around with like, I've been here forever? Like, I've seen this shit evolve? Or was she just kind of like quiet, just like fucking playing the clock, like waiting to retire?
No, you know what it was, man? You work a job like that for that long, and you become the automated system. Like, she was very like, you couldn't have like a regular conversation this. Yeah. Everything was very like structured. She's like, how are you doing? She's like, doing very well. How are you? And I was like, good. And she's like, okay, thank you for calling. Like, she had no time for just mid like conversation. Like, she
went robot mode pretty much.
Yeah. Well, and that depressed me, because I would be sitting at my desk, and I think at the time I was like 21 or something, and I'm like just hating all these calls. We're in the red. If you're in the red, that means there's like hundreds of calls like waiting in the queue, or like tens of, I don't even know the number, but it was just, there's so many.
But there's
calls.
a lot.
There's
and
a
we're
lot
in the red.
Yeah, we're
it's
in the
not
red.
good. In the red is never good.
There's a little red light that came on, and it's like, yo, you got to start taking more calls. And I was like, oh, thank you for calling.
That's how you know there's a lot of queued people. It's just one little red light.
Yeah, because it wouldn't light if it was just like whatever, if there was no one waiting. If there was a little bit of people waiting, it'd be green. It was like a traffic light. Yellow, a little hotter. Red is like, yo, we're slammed right now. Like, the system just went down. People's credit cards aren't working, and now they're losing it. So I remember, man, it was just like I was sitting there, and I'm taking these calls, and I remember looking around me, And there's people, the turnaround is pretty high.
Yeah.
For jobs like that. Nobody really
course, of
sticks
course.
around except for
Every call center job's like that.
But
They're
there's
constantly hiring. Constantly.
yeah. But there's a few people that are lifers. And these lifers, man, you'd walk by, you just look at their desk. And it was like you were looking at their apartment. There was like a picture of a cat, the grandkids, there's plants. She's got a fish tank. I'm like, this is in one cubicle. That's not even, it's just a corner. It's not like 3 walls. No, you're getting 2 walls.
They're always white people too, right?
No, buddy, it was everybody.
This is in Scarborough?
This is in, no, it's in North York, like right by Yorkdale.
Okay, well, this is in London. These would always be like old, like mid-age white people.
Janice.
Always, like always, 100%. There was never like, because like the fobs always clearly understood they were being underpaid. Like you could see it on an immigrant's face, and like non-white people, their face reflects when they know they're being underpaid. Whereas white people kind of hold it together.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so those people never seem to last long, dude.
No.
I did a call center. I said my first job was KFC, Taco Bell. That's not true because my really first job was a place called PRC Books of London. And they hired me when I was 14. I wasn't even 15. It was like under the book shit. And I used to call people, try to sell them magazine subscriptions for Chatelaine magazine.
What is that? What magazine?
It's some women's magazine.
Okay.
Chatelaine and something else. But I still remember that I would call and you would get a $2 bonus at Toonie if you made the sales. And I would take the bus there. It was downtown. I had a job for maybe a month before they let me go.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's a certain type of call center person that they're looking for. And they just get rid of you if you're not that person. But I remember getting off a call and the lady walking by, because I'd be like, hi, my name is Abbas Wahab. This, blah, blah, blah. And like, and she, the people always shut you down for most of the part.
Yeah.
But you sell some. The most shocking part is that some people are buying magazine subscription. That's the most shocking thing.
And then you panic because you go, would you like to subscribe? And they go, yeah. You're like, wait, really?
Yeah. No, then you're flipping a part of the
manual?
Not even the manual, the script that you haven't even turned to. There's dust on it. Okay, so you would like to get a subscription. Yeah, but like she came by after the call. She goes, old white lady. She goes, look, nobody wants to buy from an Abbas Wahab. Tell them your name is John Smith and go on with the script. You know what I mean? She's
really?
like, don't say your name is Abbas Wahab.
No way.
Yeah, bro. She's like, tell them your name is John Smith. And it's like, you could be offended by it, or the reality is that is like a reflection of people's mentalities at home, and it's true. Did
it work?
Like, I wasn't there that long to be able to get the data on it. They got rid of me pretty quick after that, and I was so happy because I was like, I was depressed, but it was my first job. I was like, I can't quit.
Yeah,
it's money, but they got rid of me, thank God. But like, you can tell the numbers didn't show it, but like when you say your name is Abbas Wahab, and you continue to talk, their mind is still on what the fuck name kind of.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, when you say, hey, my name is Clark Gibson, and then keep talking, they forget Clark Gibson.
Yeah.
Because it's a layup of a name. It's a
white rice?
standard name in the area. Like, I mean, if I'm in Sudan and I call someone saying it's Clark Gibson, they're like, what the fuck, right?
They're going to be like, hey, where are you, Canada?
Yeah, exactly. Is UN? You know what I mean? No UN. But yeah, like, I guarantee you it would have worked. People like John. John is like a name you trust.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, people got, because I would use Mohammed, or I wouldn't say Mohammed, I would say Mohammed.
But you are inbound. That's totally different, though.
But immediately, there was always some sort of comment, some sort of remark.
This is around 9/11, or this is like probably 10 years past now?
I was probably 20.
10 years ago?
Yeah, probably about 10 years ago.
Okay. So it's still kind of like...
Yeah, maybe about like 10 to 12 years ago. But yeah, they go, Mohammed?
Yeah.
I go, yeah. This doesn't sound like a Mohammed. Like, that was a phrase that I got I remember I got so mad once that this guy's like, you don't sound like a Mohammed. And I was like, yeah, what do I sound like? And this guy's like, sound like an Alex. And I was like, this guy thought about it.
I know. That's so funny.
I actually respected it.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
He's like, let's not take it easy with that Mohammed stuff. Let's go more towards the Alex.
And you kind of sound like an Alex, by the way.
Do I?
Yeah, 100%. it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like a Steve. You don't
Yeah.
sound like a Steve.
No,
But you sound like an Alex. I could see
I
that
don't sound
for
like
sure.
a Mohammed either, but I got to a point.
The way when you said Mohammed, you did.
Dude, as I get older,
I don't sound like a Mah.
as I
Yeah,
get
you
older,
do.
I get more connected to my roots, and I'm pretty close, I think, to just being when I introduce myself in like
Say Mohammed.
semi-formal settings, just be like, it's Mohammed. And then people go, what is Mohammed? And I go, look, man, you struggle with it yourself. That's my name, And it's also
Nobody is struggling with Muhammad anymore. That's like a
No.
fucking what the
No
person
one's
who's
ever
struggling.
struggled with it.
Yeah, the person who's struggling with Muhammad right now is still laughing at airline food jokes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like
If someone's stuck in the 90s. Muhammad, it's like, yeah, that's your landlord's name. You know what I mean? Muhammad, yeah, that was your mortgage specialist's name.
Yeah.
That's everything. That's Barack Obama's like middle name. Like, well, it's not really, but like,
Yeah.
Muhammad is not Muhammad
so common.
anymore.
It's so common. And they would, honestly, man, they would just be like, what are you? Are you in India? And I was like, dude, I'm
actually on Young
I'm
and
looking
Eglinton.
out the window of my office, and I'm pretty sure I could see your neighborhood from my window. Like,
Oh yeah, you're wearing a red shirt? Yeah.
dude, I would get so mad. I said this on our podcast, but dude, I would get so mad.
Imagine you don't say it. Check out the podcast.
Yeah,
to
check
find
out the podcast. Yeah, pretty hairy. No.
I said
dude,
this on my podcast.
I would say and not that anybody really cares, but I would get so mad and I wouldn't be able to do anything because they would not only record your calls, but they were recording your screen. So when they were coaching you, like the manager would pull you aside in coaching sessions and pull up your screen and just you'd see your mouse clicking.
He's
on
like, you should have gone to the
things.
profile here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Like you should have. When you try to offer the sale, how did you do it? Try to pitch it to me right now.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not doing this. But dude, you know what I would do sometimes? I would just get so mad at these customers that I would just go into their language preference and change it to French at the end of the phone call. I'm like, this guy was a dick. I change it to French. I'm like, this guy definitely did not pass grade 9 French, and I'm gonna fuck up his life right now for at least 1 month. He's gonna have to call back and just be like, wait on hold, get through the automated system.
That's real anger, by the way. When
Yeah.
you fuck with someone to the point when you're angry enough to fuck with someone where you're not around for the payoff,
Yeah.
that's angry.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Just make you happy, knowing down the road at some time they're gonna have an inconvenience. That makes you happy. You don't even have to be there. I love that,
Dude, that's what it was. Well, and I worked it for a long time, dude. I worked it for like 4 years,
Damn, a lot of comics do the fucking
Yeah.
call center bit.
Well, I had nothing
Or
going
gig,
on.
rather.
I had nothing going on for me. I had just come back from Windsor. I went to university there for a year, and I had just bombed. I just partied for a year.
Yeah.
I was like, I
Man.
turned 19 over there.
Yeah.
So you're like 19, away from home.
Did you go to Cheetahs?
Of course.
Cheetahs!
No, hold on. We went to Leopards.
Leopards is the
Leopards
older
is
one.
the other
Leopards, they have coffins ready in the back.
They have like a wall of fame.
Yeah, they have spare hips just ready to go. Leopards is like 10 years older than Cheetahs.
It was like the first time I ever actually went to.
Cheetahs was for me. It was also Windsor.
Was it really?
Windsor's like people don't realize this because Detroit is right across Windsor. All the Americans looking to party, because it's 21 in Michigan, it's 19, and Windsor is that outlet.
Yeah.
So it's actually a weirdly live night scene, and there's a lot of like strip clubs that are like bumping.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even the guy who's like, yo, let's go to strip club. But
No,
like
me
when I went to
neither.
Windsor,
Yeah.
everyone was like, yo, Cheetahs.
Yeah.
Like Cheetahs was planned.
Well, when you're 19 too, you were like,
it's
it was
curiosity.
just like, oh my god, people go into this place and then there's naked women dancing. You're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I definitely want to. I went once when I was 16, and it was my brother and a bunch of his boys. And these guys, one of them was like, oh, let's go to this, and then they all looked at me like, yeah, but this guy's like 16. I was probably even 15. And they were like, this guy's too young. Like, don't worry about it, man. This guy, one of the guys, I know the guy at the door. And I was
so
like,
funny.
So then I rolled with them, and I went to the strip club when I was 15, and I was just, man, it was such an experience because, again, you're 15 years old.
It looks like Narnia, pretty much.
Yeah, it really
Narnia
is.
with asses.
I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. And these guys are just like, You know when they all know that you're the like
You're
amateur?
overwhelmed. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all older, so they look at you, but you're trying to play it cool. Like,
Yeah.
Yo, I've seen boobs before. so I just remember going there, and then these guys were like, "Yo, let's get this guy a lap dance," and I was like, "Oh God!" And I was nervous. I thought, like, you know, you don't have to have game for a lap dance. You just go in and
not at all.
you pay for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So these
it's
guys
a
like,
service.
so they get this girl. They go, yo, get this guy. It's his birthday. Get this guy. He's, you know. So she's like, oh, it's your birthday, and I was like, yo, just play with it. And I was like, yeah, it's my birthday. And then she like takes me upstairs into this like, you know, the lap dance area.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there, and she takes out this little like rag or not, you know, the thing that they put
The
on your
dental
lap.
dam or
Yeah.
yeah.
I just put it on my lap, and I'm like, and she's like, so what do you do? And I just like made up this whole story. Yeah, I was like, I'm a university student. She's like, which one? And I was like,
All of them?
Ryerson. She's like, get out of here. I go to Ryerson. And I was like,
You're like, fuck. Fuck.
yeah. She's like, don't worry. She's like, we're just gonna wait for the song to finish, and I'll start dancing on the new song. And I go, okay. So she's making this conversation. Excuse me. And then this new song starts, So she gets up and she's about to start dancing, and then the music cuts off, and then it's just quiet, and then I'm just kind of confused. And then she looks over, because it's like booths, like restaurant booths.
Yeah.
So she looks over at like a couple of booths down. She goes, hey, Brooklyn, what's going on with the music? And this Brooklyn chick is like, oh, we done. And she's like, what? She's like, yeah, we done. It's finished. It's close time. And then this girl looks at me. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like,
You're like, I already came.
before you even put that towel down on my lap, I was done.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep this, miss. Yeah. Can I go ahead and keep this?
So then she goes, ah, she's like, I'm sorry. And I was like, it's cool, it's all good. And she goes, well, you know what? Oh, there's always next time. I go, yeah, for sure. So then she goes to walk away, and this is where things kind of got a little bit weird. She grabs me by my shirt, and she goes to walk away. And she comes back, grabs me by my shirt, and kind of pins me back into the chair. And she goes, you tell anybody at Ryerson that I do this, I will kill you. And she walked away.
Actually,
I swear to God, bro. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm still in high school.
I just came again.
That was so hot. I'm going to tell all
Can
of
I get
them.
another towel? That's so funny,
And then when I came back to like my brother's crew, these guys were like, yeah, this guy got a lap dance. I was like, oh, you know what it is.
She's not even walking right now. They're like, what? What do you mean?
She danced on me
She
so good.
She slipped.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so you got a lap dance at 15?
At 15.
Oh no, you didn't get the lap dance.
I almost
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I saw boobs. Yeah. I did. I was like, live dancing boobs.
I almost did that. That counts. You went to the booth. It's not even about the lap dance. It's being taken. It's being taken to that booth.
I made it to the booth.
That's the experience. And being one-on-one with them in the booths, a stripper. That's literally the experience.
Imagine like a baseball game where they're just like analyzing if the player touched the base first or if he's out, and they're just doing the slow mo. He went to the booth, but did he get the? He made it to the booth. That counts.
Yeah, this is the management deciding whether you owe to pay for the song or not. They're watching a replay monitor. He touched there. He touched. And actually, his foot's out of the line. You're like,
take it to the box.
That's wild, though. I didn't get a lap dance till like my fucking early 20s or even like mid 20s. I went to strip clubs for like, when I say for 5 years, I'm saying like between the first strip club I went to and that. I'm not frequenting.
No, of course. Yeah.
But like, I went many times and it always was like, fuck $20 for a fucking song. Fuck $20 for a song. And then one time I went where I think it was like my birthday or something like that. And then people were paying for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my friend, if you're going to pay, I want that.
Dude, it's
Can I do group deal?
you got coupons?
Yeah. This one good?
I can't really. Yeah, strip clubs they're a weird place, man. They're definitely not for everybody. I can't nowadays, like, I mean, we're in COVID now, but like before COVID, when people were getting married, I'd have friends be like, yo, bachelor party. First, we're going to go to the strip club. And I was like, there was that part always made me feel so uncomfortable. And now as in like a fully grown adult, I'm like, I'm not happy there. Can we go eat jerk chicken?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, let's go eat jerk.
Let's go to the best fucking patty place in town. Let me consult the list. It's number 2 now. But like, I feel exact same way. I forget who I had on recently, but we're talking about strip clubs. I told him I played Sudoku at a strip club at Cheetah's Like years later, like went to Cheetahs. Pretty much the soccer team in high school. We all had fake IDs, but they would have I wasn't even part of the soccer team, but I was just friends with people. Yeah. So they would always have a tournament in Windsor where they would get hotels for the weekend. And that was the party weekend. Every season they had that, right?
Oh, boy.
So I would always go with them to fucking Windsor and we go to Cheetahs and stuff like that. And then like in my time in Windsor and whatever, because I lived pretty much right outside Detroit for 2.5 years. But I remember at one point, like literally being like at the side of the stage playing Sudoku, waiting on some motherfuckers to finish a lap dance. Because like I got brought, 90% of the time you get brought to the strip club.
Yeah.
It's never, like we were saying, you never lead the pack, right?
No.
But this time I got brought. No one was really into it except like the really horny person or whatever it was. It was like the C Squad. It was like an off night. It wasn't the weekend.
Oh, boy.
It was like a weird time.
Yeah, it's like amateur night.
Yeah,
she's bombing on stage.
Yeah, you see the C-sections, everything. I'm talking about like the C-section. Yeah,
no.
C-section Cindy. Give it up for C-section Cindy. But like half empty, like 2/3 empty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was like, what is this? An open mic? Like. Just literally, and I'm like, man, I'm playing Sudoku at a strip club.
It's a weird experience, man. It really. I remember going to a strip club once for this guy's bachelor party, and there was these two old dudes that were sitting. What do they call it? Like the right when you're sitting right in the front, like
that runway, like
pervert's alley or something. Pervert's
stage side. We'll say that.
Yeah. But there's like a name for it.
We'll just call it courtside.
Yeah, courtside. Yeah.
Yeah. These boys got courtside. They're the ones who like. Put $1 up and like she'll put it between her tits or they'll reach to put it between her tits or like put it on her thing. They almost slime bags.
They're like regulars.
Yeah. You could because they're the ones who have the mojo to be sitting right there.
Oh yeah, buddy. One of them was eating a burger and fries, and I was just like, yo, this guy. I look. I was like, I didn't even know they serve food here, and this guy's eating a burger and fries. Homeboy next to him is like cheering the strippers on using their real names. He's not calling them by like Candy or like
Mercedes or whatever.
No, man. He was just like, yeah, Melissa.
He's like all their sugar daddy.
Yeah, he knows, man. He's got like their like rookie cards.
Yeah. Melissa, 5'5", 4 abortions. It's everybody welcome Ferrari.
Yeah.
Back from the abortion clinic early. Ferrari will be dancing all night.
Oh man, it was weird. I until now I can't. Anytime somebody goes, hey, bachelor party, going to a strip club first, I'm like, all right, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to make it, but I never make it to the strip club. It's a weird place. Is it a tradition?
Once you get past the novelty,
right?
But I will say this: you ever go into a strip club where it's like, usually there's something about like strippers where in your mind you're like, that's a stripper. So it's like you see her a little differently. I'm not saying not anything against knocking strippers, but I'm saying like as you see her, it's like a woman at a bar. You're like, when you see a stripper, in my mind, I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna date her and try to be with her for the rest of my life. You don't have that. Yeah. Whereas you may see a random girl and have some weird momentary fantasy of life together just for a second, You don't really have that with strippers, right?
Yeah.
But bro, do you ever go into a strip club where it's like they have their A squad, where it's the most beautiful women you've ever seen?
Yeah.
And you understand marrying strippers?
That song, I'm in love with the stripper.
Yeah, dude, I forget where the fuck. This is the States. The States, their strip clubs, different level.
Oh, they're
bro.
off the chain.
Yeah, different level. I forget where I don't know where I was in Nashville. I don't know where I was, but man, I remember one night walking into a strip club and just being like, oh, I get that rap video vibe. I get everything. This is the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
They have an advantage over us, though. They have the dollar bills. We don't got the dollar bills.
Funny on that, my buddy went to Niagara or something for his bachelor party. Yeah. I pulled out 60 in ones. Never make it rain with less than a couple $100. Because that 60 falls goddamn quick and nothing happens. No stripper comes. The stripper turned around before my money even hit the ground. I swear to God, she was, you know how they do laps up and down?
Yeah.
She reset the lap and was walking back. And and the money all fell. And I'm like, I could still reach and get a couple bucks back.
You're like, I'm not taking it back. I just want to make it rain more.
Bro, I've never felt so stupid in my life than to fucking blow $60 for no reason at all. It just goes up in 3 things.
Yeah.
And that's $60 you just blew. American, which is like 800 Canadian.
Oh, yeah. And it's the biggest waste of money. It really, really is. And I mean, I understand everybody's making a living and, you know, there's obviously skill involved with twirling around this pole and having core muscles and stuff. But like, for me, I'm like, I don't understand what the appeal is. And I know this is like a hack joke. Comedians have made it before, but it's like going to a restaurant and just watching the food. You know what I'm saying? Or you're like, there is no real incentive for me to be here. And the longer I'm here, the sadder I feel.
But the food is usually bomb, apparently. A lot of strip clubs are known for their food, and a lot of people go there and don't care, are just like us, but the food is so great.
Really?
Yeah, in the States especially. Crazy food deals. People have lunch there. It's common. Well, to have to go do lunch at a strip joint, that's like, you know, they got 1-2 girls out or whatever, but like they have lunch specials that are actually great.
That's insane. The States is like a different place, man. It's a different entity.
It's the Wild West, bro.
Yeah.
I love it.
I remember reading this interview once with it was Future, the rapper.
Yeah.
And he was saying that him and Metro Boomin, his producer, they'll
huge fan of Metro Boomin.
Oh, he's great.
I love Metro Boomin.
And they go and they'll like start cooking up these beats and these tracks and stuff. And then once they have a song locked in together, they feel like it's a banger, but they're not sure. So then they'll go to a strip club and give that song to the DJ. And they'll play it, and he'll just watch all the strippers and see how they react. And if money starts flying, these girls start, you know, then they go, this song's making it. Yeah, that's their writing process.
That's amazing. Like, if it kills, that's it killing.
Yeah. They go, yo, we're putting this on an album.
Bro, but I totally get that in the sense that there is a vibe.
Yeah.
And I realize when you think of making it rain, there's a technique to it.
Yeah.
I realized in that moment, because you have the money in your hand. I have 60 that I could just throw up, but I don't want it to be done like that.
No.
I want it to be paced. So what you end up doing, and you need a constant, if it's always in the air, then you need to drop, like, you do this thing. You go like, and the guys that come in with like fucking 100 grand, bro, I'm like, there's a technique. They're just like, bro, you got to pace it like a river type deal, man. And like, there was no hype in music or whatever, but I could tell if my favorite jam came on, I would just throw that whole 60 in there because it's so amped.
Of course.
But I just did it like clinically. Like I was like, I'm going to take out ones and I'm going to make it rain because I want to make it rain.
You got to make it rain at least once in your life. It's like one of those things that's like a bucket list. You got to make it rain.
Just so you know, it does not work if it's less than a couple $100. Because like I said, I pulled out 60 and it was a waste of 60.
Yeah.
Like when it's a couple $100, then
you're going for
bills
a while.
are constantly in the air.
Yeah.
And there's a vibe. But like I'm talking like 15 seconds to throw up your 60 bucks. The stripper's walking away, bro. You feel it's the dumbest feeling.
You gotta start also,
no one is looking. It's also like before you ever went to a casino, you thought when you did this, there'd be like 5 sexy bitches watching.
Yeah.
You also think that in the strip club, like when you make it rain, people are gonna be like, oh, no one was watching. No one gave. The stripper walked away, bro, and I'm just throwing my money like a dumbass.
Yeah, there's got to be a consistent flow of money flying up. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think you can't do that in Canada. I mean, you could do it in 5s, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah, you really got to be balling, bro.
Yeah, so I'm not really. I remember, you know what? I remember one time I went with a buddy of mine, and they were playing amazing songs. So I was hyped on the tracks.
Yeah.
So I was like, and it was like a bumping night, but there was just this awkwardness, and I think too deeply about things. And I'm always just sitting here thinking, I'm like, I don't know. Like, yeah, some girls are here by choice and they're happy, but then some girls are, doing it because they have to. And I start getting too deep.
And some may be human traffic.
So you just think about all the possibilities of this grimy place. And you're like, man, I could use a burger.
Yeah.
Can I get your food menu, please?
Yeah, right. I could use a dance. I'm in my head too much. Yeah, Melissa. Yeah, can someone call Bentley over here for a sec? I need to get out of my head.
Yeah, man. My brother's friend was telling me there's a technique where you got to nurse your drink. You don't drink your drink right away because they're so expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how they make their money. If you're just kind of there, you're not getting lap dances, then there's always a waitress coming around. Can I get you something to drink? So you get a drink, but you're not supposed to drink it right away. You nurse it.
Oh, you have to. It's like a $12 drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, and $5 ATM fee. Oh, they fucking rape you at these
it's crazy.
Strip clubs, dude.
Yeah.
What's funny is the better technique for that guy would be to go to less strip clubs. We spend too much at strip clubs, so I developed the technique.
He's a
it's
union.
Like, go there less. Michael. Fucking get back with your wife. Like,
yeah. No, I can't. I can't do it now, man. It's too much. I feel like I respect myself too much to do it. I'm like, I'm bigger than that. Let me go do some prolific shit.
But don't feel sorry for them, the strippers.
No.
They're like, there's the viewpoint of being like, oh man, they're being taken advantage of, blah, blah, blah. But there's also the reality of just drooling guys.
Yeah.
Sexy chicks, like half naked. Like they're the ones in control of everything. They are fully in control.
Yeah.
The whole venue and management and security is on their side. There's no hearing both sides of the story. They say something, you're gone.
You're out.
You touch, you look, you even have a bad vibe about you, you're gone.
Yeah.
So they are in 100% control and just making thousands off of shaking their ass and like having a sick dance and shit. They're winning.
Yeah.
They are winning.
Yeah.
It's just we come from these Muslim Arab things like, shame. How will your father see you like this? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's also the idea of like, let's say one day you like, like you're hanging out and then you meet this girl and I'm not saying you, like anybody, you meet this girl and it's like the girl of your dreams, man. And you guys really hit it off and all this stuff. And then you just find out one day that she used to shake it for money and you're like, there's a part of me that's like,
no, yeah, because you ruined the perfect thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that takes a little bit away from it. And I don't know if I could ever come home with a girl and just be like, hey, mama, this is.
Oh, yeah. I mean.
So
hell,
even if she used to do it, even if she's not doing it anymore, there's still like the past.
But that's a gray area. Because if she did it 10 years ago, for 4 months in some weird period of her life, and she's a perfect girl, I can get over that. But if you would strip for 8 years and stopped,
you're that
16 months
16
ago,
burrito, that 16-year burrito roller.
Yeah,
That's her.
exactly. Literally, like if you're that, you can't. Like you're jaded. You're in the game. You know what I mean?
But you also got to understand when that much money's being tossed at you.
Yeah, how could you be mad, bro? If that was an option,
Yeah.
if that was like, you can say male stripper.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you look at the market of strippers, it's probably 90% female, 10% male.
Yeah.
So you got to be like, first of all, willing to strip as a guy.
Yeah.
Be like sought after. So you are like a guy who women would want to see strip.
Yeah.
And want to strip. So it's like all these things lining up. Whereas men will just fucking watch whoever's there. You know what I mean?
We're just here supporting.
We're just here to see tits and ass shake. You know,
we're just here to support the local community.
Yeah.
We've got a car wash outside. We just want to help you guys out.
The strip club vibes, yeah, but nothing worse than that's why I like hanging out with the same. I don't like surprises. You ever hang out we're in comedians, so it's like you're in a city and maybe you're with a different group for some reason in the night. Come hang out, something. Then you get introduced to the hype. There's always a hype person in other groups.
Yeah.
You know, who like really wants the strip club. Because now anytime I go to the strip club, it's with none of my close friends. None of my close friends, they're like us.
Yeah.
They're of the same vibe. They've been, it's like, we're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Half of them are like with girls, like half of them are married or whatever. Like there's none of us seeking strip clubs. But every time it happens, if it's not for a bachelor party, it's encountering some hype person from a third party group that we're all following now. That's every single time where it's like, fuck, why do we follow these people here, man?
And he's there to remind you that we should be going to the strip club sometime. The clock's ticking. Yo, Uber's outside. We got to go. He's that guy.
Literally, my brother came to my show. Remember Free Times Comedy?
Yeah.
Plus Time Comedy at Free Times Cafe.
Yeah,
Great show. You smashed it on there many
thank
times,
you, man.
bro.
Thank you.
Those were back in the day,
buddy,
bro.
that was
My
so
brother
good.
came one time with his buddy from London. Bro, this guy wanted to go to a strip club so bad. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want. But my brother's here from London. Okay, I gotta go. And we go with my buddy. Bro, finally, we go to Zanzibar, like the big one in Toronto.
Yeah.
Finally, we sit. We pay the cover. We sit. Everything from the show, from college in Spadina, to convincing, to Zanzibar, to parked, to pay, to sitting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so you guys gonna get lap dances? They're like, bro, you don't pay for anything when you're in here, man. Like,
Oh, wait, what?
they have the mentality you don't buy anything when you're in there. It's all about being there. They're not gonna get a lap dance. They're not gonna buy a drink. They're not spending $1 when they're in there. I'm like, what? Why? None of it. What? Like I was like lost for words. They looked at me like I'm a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Dude. Like this guy born yesterday, bro.
I think it's also like a big part of us is like we love hip hop so much that growing up we've always had these lyrics instilled in our minds, like making it rain and just being in the club and throwing bangs.
Those are all songs. Literally, I think throw bangs in the club, make it rain. Those are all hits from various rappers.
That's what it is, dude. And you grow up with that mentality. Like, even until now, I'll catch myself. I'll be driving, a big track will come on, tilt the seat back a little bit, put on my glasses. Windows are half closed because they're tinted a little. And then I'll in my head, I'm like, yeah, it's my jam. But then quickly, I'm able to just take myself out of my head and be like, what do I look like to this like old person next to me at the traffic light? It's just like this like Arab dude with a mustache, like just bumping annoying music and like, you know what I'm saying? It's like in your head, you're so much cooler than you really are.
You really are, 100%. It's so true. It's so true. But at the same time, I still love that. It's still my favorite genre.
Oh yeah.
I listen to Tupac every day.
But you also listen. You're on that other tip too, where you
I listen to like a lot of shit.
You're a big Tame Impala guy.
Yeah, literally, like my 2020 most was Tame Impala, Tupac, Wu-Tang. I forget what else. Well, like it was literally like Tupac. MF Doom. It was like pretty sick. It was like a list of like. I almost engineered it. I just kept them on repeat all night. Like, I'm going to be number one. I'll show them I listen to the cool music. Repeat this shit all night.
How did Tame Impala get into the mix? That's what I want to know. Like with you, because it sounds like you're...
Oh, I love it. I just like that psychedelic rock sound. And fucking Kevin Parker was pretty much all Tame Impala.
Yeah.
Got amazing drums. He takes from the hip-hop drums. That's why like it's always got that vibe.
Yeah.
Like, check this out.
Yeah, he's great.
Like... It's always got, there's something about it that always has this hip hop vibe, and for a while I didn't know really what it was.
Yeah,
but then I'm like, oh, it's the fucking drums, man.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the drums, dude. It's they hit so hard.
He's such a genius.
Oh, bro, he makes everything. He mixes. He does everything 100% himself.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
And he's just like locked away in Australia making the.
Hey.
It's those drums,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
he's great, man.
They just pulled the episode.
Yeah, they
flagged. All of it gone.
No, I like, you know what? I like Tame Impala. Because growing up, I listened to same thing. I was just a big music nerd.
Like, you had a big spectrum of music.
Big spectrum. And I remember I got a job at Sam the Record Man. So it was just like the biggest record store in Canada at the time. And like, man, being around this many people that loved music, the staff was dope. I learned so much about jazz and international and rock and hip hop and reggae, and because I used to cover breaks, so I'd go to different rooms, and this store was massive.
That's so sick.
Multiple floors, so it's like I got into like I remember the white path, because first I was like always into hip hop, like ever since I was like a foreigner, like coming.
As soon as I moved to Canada,
Yeah.
the neighborhood I went to. Tupac was playing. Like, Tupac died a year. Tupac died when you came and died a year before I came. So in the neighborhoods I was in, it was pretty much like gospel music.
Yeah.
It was like, Lord knows, and he just died, so it's like he's transcended to God level. Like, Tupac was worshipped when he died.
Yeah.
Worshipped, because his music was all like, fear God. I see death around the corner. Like, shit. And then he dies. You're like, oh, fuck. Is he Jesus? Is he not? We don't know.
Yeah. No, it was dope, man, because, I was... The first hip-hop track that I heard in Canada, I had these Jamaican neighbors in the apartment that we lived in. I'm still boys with them until now, man. Just these guys are the dopest dudes, and they were like, they were bumping these jams. I didn't know what it was, and I remember we were all kids, so we'd hang out with them. Like me and my brother would hang out with them because there were three brothers, and they were like, one day they brought out this they were like, yeah, man, listen to this, and I don't know what it was. It was a music video. They had it on VHS. And I put it into my VHS player, and it was Wu-Tang. It was Triumph. You know that track? Triumph. Abomatomically, secreties, Socrates, hypotheses, hypotheses, mockeries. You know that song?
No, not off the top of my head. This is
buddy.
off of Wu-Tang Forever, or what is this off
Triumph, man. Triumph is the
What
track. It's like the I remember which. It was just literally.
It was the first time you got exposed to Wu-Tang, or that track?
It was the first time I got introduced to hip hop.
Oh, fuck.
It was literally. It's this song. This is how it starts. This song. Wait. You know this guy, right?
Yeah.
So I remember just hearing this track and just being like, oh my God, what is this amazing music that? Because before that it was like Amr Diab.
Yeah. Tamalli ma'ak.
Yeah, oh buddy, I would listen to it and just envision my life with a woman that I love or something.
That's all there is.
Yeah, man, it's all love.
Yeah,
man.
it's love with Arabic.
Yeah, just I give you my eyes.
Yeah.
The ocean is your hair.
Yeah.
It's very like
Noor al-Ain.
yeah,
It's like-
soliloquies and wordplay with So I was into that, but then I heard Wu-Tang and it just changed my whole dynamic of things.
That's jagged, rough, raw.
Oh, and I was like, yeah. And there was like 6 guys going in on the track.
Yeah,
This guy's in the music video. He's rapping. He's got butterfly wings or like or bumblebee wings because killer bees, right?
Yeah.
But I've never seen like at the time even I was like, why does he have wings? Like it's the most badass song with the least badass outfit.
Yeah.
Yo, I got my wings. So it was just like I got into that and I was really into hip hop. And then eventually, it's funny how like sometimes when you're around white people, just shit starts getting a little whiter in your life. It was just like, then it started becoming like a little more like Blink 182. Then it became like Linkin Park. And then all of a sudden it started getting heavier. So it was like Alexa on Fire and like Every Time I Die and all these like heavier bands. And I was like, yeah, that's that stuff. And I'll still bump it now, but you just hang out with white people and then they have this influence on you. And
I missed all that too. Somehow, because of the neighborhood I was in, that was like
How?
a
You were in
subsidized
London.
neighborhood. I was right there.
Yeah.
But the neighborhood I was in was like, we're all Tupac, Biggie all the time.
Yeah.
Right? But Green Day was popular at school. Blink 182.
Oh, yeah.
Billy Talent made it to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Billy Talent till this day. I'll bless him, Billy. Again, crazy drums and Billy Talent's just like
Oh, yeah.
that, like fucking
Just rock,
bro.
man.
That Billy Talent 2, that fucking album, bro. I love that album, man.
Oh, see, I got into the first one. The second one, I'm like, this new stuff. I like their old stuff. I was that guy.
Dude, man, when Fallen Leaf dropped,
Yeah, dude. It was crazy.
No, Billy Talent was so. For me, it went hip hop, and then hip hop, and then when I started working, around grade 10, when I started working at KFC's Taco Bell, I got exposed to Stevie Wonder. Ooh. Isn't she lovely? And it was the first time I remember hearing. I'm like, isn't she? And then I went deep into Motown.
Yeah.
For the next 4 years, I learned deep into soul, Marvin Gaye, Otis Redding, fucking Curtis Mayfield, like Al Green. I went deep into that stuff. And then during school, deep into Above and Beyond, Armin van Buuren. My schooling lined up with EDM. It lined up with the big, when Tiesto's touring and Armin van Buuren and fucking Adam K and all these people.
That sounds like Arab influence. That sounds like that was brought to you by some Arab who's like, bro, you have to listen to Tiesto right now, man. It's the best.
Well, actually, my buddy Wolf, my buddy Khattab is nickname Wolf. He knows who he is. But my buddy from London, he's a DJ. Shout out DJ Cardiac. Yeah. And he was real big into DJ stuff from the beginning. So he's like, bro, Armin, and this is that.
Yeah.
But after school finished and I went to Michigan, that's when it was I really got into Tame Impala. I had time and I was exploring music and shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's when everything kind of combined.
Yeah.
But it was pretty much rap, soul, EDM, and now it's in these couple of years is when I've been trying to catch up with rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
in that time in Michigan is when I started downloading Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin.
I just recently, literally this year, started putting on a little bit of Pink Floyd. Because I always hear about these guys. I always associated Pink Floyd and Zeppelin and stuff to just old white guys.
Old grunge scene, long hair shit.
Well, not even grunge. Grunge is like Nirvana and stuff. That was that was badass. But classic rock, I always just associated it with an old white dad.
But I don't even know if those are. Pink Floyd's almost like the old Tame Impala in a way, without that pop feeling. They're a lot longer songs and a lot more it's almost like a drama to it.
Yeah. And you know what, man? You're right, because you listen to Tame Impala now and you see all the influences where it comes from. And it's pretty sick, man. And that's the thing, you listen to all these older bands and you start hearing all the connections. Dude, I started bumping, and I've obviously listened to Erykah Badu for quite some time, but the amount of samples that rappers have used from
With
Erykah
Erykah?
Badu
Yeah. Oh,
is
yeah.
just unreal.
Yeah, she's been in the game for a minute, man.
Like almost all her songs are like sampled heavily.
Yeah. And the Fugees too. What's it called? Lauryn Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
She's got a great voice.
Killer, man. So it's just, I think that's what it was. And I also played drums when I was in high school. I played drums for like 10 years.
Oh, damn.
And
I had no idea.
Yeah, man. I keep it on DL, but once in a while I'll post like a
amazing at
story
drums,
or
yeah.
something. Yeah, dude, I could crush it.
The fucking, the thing spins and you
Yeah.
land still on beat. You see those guys on TikTok, they're fucking like flipping it and fucking that marching band style.
Oh, buddy, yeah.
It's like it flips, hits the elbow, comes back. Like damn, the body work is more impressive than the drumming. It's like how'd you get it?
Yeah, it doesn't even sound good.
Yeah, exactly. You missed the beat, but it hit the elbow right in that spot. Fuck. I miss the instrument stuff, but one day when I have a bunch of disposable time and income, I'm gonna get a bunch of lessons. And I know it's better to do it when you're younger because your mind is more malleable and stuff.
You can do it.
But
now,
I'm gonna
though.
I just have a million things that are way more prioritized,
Of course.
than learning a random instrument. Which I tried to get my roommate to teach me saxophone in high school.
Oh, really?
He played saxophone his whole life. I bought a reed. He had one because I'm big into John Coltrane.
Yeah.
And yeah, the jazz stuff, actually, EDM and jazz, deep into Miles Davis, fucking like everybody, Duke Ellington, John Coltrane. In school, it was EDM and jazz. Like I was getting deep in there. So I was like, yo, I want to learn saxophone. And like in 2 10-minute lessons, I'm like, fuck this. There's like 9 buttons. My fingers can't even touch them. He's like, you'll have to extend and learn and stretch. I'm like, I'm out.
Dude, that's what it is. The whole idea of like just playing music, it literally, with learning anything, man, you just do it over and over and over. And that's what it was, man. When I learned how to play drums, I was in grade 9, and we had a music room in high school, and it was like a drum booth, like a soundproof booth. And it was just always empty in the morning because the teacher would come in the morning. So I would just show up at like 7 in the morning, get in there, throw on some headphones, and just jam out, man. And I kept doing it every day. And I would show up early. And then eventually I got one of those electronic drum kits at home because I live in an apartment.
Yeah.
So I just started jamming.
AKA rock band.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a rock band kit.
Pretty much. No, I went to Longbook Wait. I got like a nice one, man. And it was just like... And then, eventually, comedy took over and life takes over. And you're like, well, I like making people laugh a little bit more. But I still go back to music.
But the music is a you thing.
Yeah.
A comedy is an out thing that needs other people for it to work.
Yeah.
Whereas the music is just, it doesn't need anybody else to work.
You're
so
right.
you have 10 years of that. Like you could sit down at a drum set and be comfortable and have a blast for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. You know,
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, in the future, I think I could take, I heard Tom Segura's like, yeah, I'm taking, my kids are in piano lessons. One day I walked by and I was like, I want piano lessons too. And now I'm in piano lessons.
So he's taking piano lessons?
He's taking piano lessons.
Dude, that's...
And I'm like, yo, I love the piano.
Yeah.
It's either piano or saxophone. And I just don't see myself actually learning the saxophone.
Yeah.
When are you going to come by somebody's sax and pick it up? Like it's their mouthpiece. You need your own. But the piano, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like, let me learn my favorite songs or whatever. And then I could practice anywhere with the piano. Right?
Yeah. Music theory is just hard, man. To try to pick it up, like music notation, different.
Yeah, but I don't need to read anything. Just tell me what this thing sounds like in the basics. I missed all of that, man.
Oh, did you?
All of it. Yeah.
You didn't do band in high school?
No. Man, bro,
Or elementary school?
I didn't even take music in elementary school. I got out of it because it's haram.
Really? What about the recorder? No recorder?
I learned the recorder.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
I have a whole bit about that. It's like my recorder playing was so bad. My parents were like, "We gotta get him out of here."
This is haram.
Haram. Yeah, let's say that's haram. This kid sucks.
Yeah. No, man, I played the trombone, and that was dope. And it was just because you got to do this.
Yeah.
Like, bah, bah, bah. And you're in grade 6. You don't care.
Yeah, it's a big
Bumping,
instrument.
Hitting
Yeah.
kids in the head with it. Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, every good boy deserves fudge.
Yeah.
I remember that's the only shit I knew.
Yeah, that's what, dude, it's... And then eventually I think you start to learn, like, how to vibe with it. Like, Travis Barker got me into drums. Travis Barker is just like a machine. So you're like Blink-182, you're like, this guy was just... The way he drums is just a different level, and he's so quick, and I saw them live, and I was like, yo, I gotta be better at drums. Like, you ever see somebody so good at comedy, you're like...
Yeah.
I gotta step my game. I gotta sit down and write more, because I don't write. I just jot things in my phone, so... That's what got me going to
There's
that
a level
music
of good that encourages you to be better,
Yeah.
and then there's a final level of good that demotivates you from even trying.
Yeah.
You know, you ever see such mastery? You're
Yeah.
like, what am I even doing? I can't get there, you know?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It really is crazy. Buddy, I'll tell you the story. This is crazy. I was hanging out with a lot of white guys around like grade 9, 10.
Yeah, it's my deepest shame.
Yeah, yeah. I would like to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But a lot-
It was a weird, confusing time in my life.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of.
my arm just to see how it feels.
It was like just like around the emo scene and
Yeah.
and Taking Back Sunday and all this stuff.
Your nickname was Alex?
Yeah, that's what.
live?
Yeah. No, I stayed with Mo, but this is what happened. Is I remember one time we were going to see a concert one weekend, and my buddy Sean was like, "Yo, man, we should go and like get like piercings or tattoos or something." And I was like, "Well, I don't know. Like, I don't think."
I don't think that's gonna. Really
I don't
fly.
think. Yeah, I'm not.
Sean.
And I'm not. I've never really been a tattoo guy. I love the way they look and stuff, but I've never. I'm like I don't believe in something strongly enough to paste it on my arm forever. Or
Yeah,
my body.
okay.
So this guy was like, "Yeah, let's go." So I was like, I decided that I was gonna go get a lip piercing. All right, I was like, I'm
How
gonna
old
go.
are you?
I was like, I think I was like 15 at the time.
An Arab parent's worst nightmare.
Oh, buddy. So we went, and my plan was I was gonna go get my lip pierced. Sean was getting like his septum or nose or something, and then Sean was gonna come back to my house, and then we're gonna go ahead and make sure that because if he's there, Mama's not gonna act up.
Yeah.
So I'm on my way.
Proxy.
Yeah, man. I'm on my way home. I call Ahmed. I go, "Yo, man, don't tell Mom anything, but I just got my lip pierced." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro." And he's like, "Bro, don't come home." And I go, "Yo, I paid $50 for this."
Yeah.
Like, at $50 when you're like 15 is a lot of money. I was like, "No, man, I gotta." He's like, "Bro, please take it out before you come home." I go, No, it's cool. Trust me. Sean's with me."
Yeah.
Buddy, I get home and I see Ahmed. Ahmed set me up. Ahmed usually doesn't set me up, but that time he set me up for a solid problem.
Yeah.
Because I walk
They're
in through
waiting
the
on you.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I look up Mama and she's looking at him. She's like, "Ahmed, what's wrong? Talk to me." And just when I heard that, I was like, this guy's setting a weird vibe. And Mama looks up, sees my lip pierced, and she just freezes. She's like, "What's in your face?" I go, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Okay." She goes, "Ahmed, can you take Sean and go inside, please?" And Ahmed looks at Mama. He's like, "Mama, just please don't." She's like, "Ahmed, please take Sean and go inside."
Yeah.
Takes Sean and goes inside. Mama's like, "Ahmed in the kitchen." I'm like, "All right." So I'm taking it's winter. So I'm taking off my jacket real slow. I was just trying to delay. I don't know what's going to happen, bro.
Yeah.
So then I go and I walk into the kitchen. And Mama's shorter than I am, right? So she's walking up to me. She's like, "What's in your face? What is that?" I go, "What's what?" 15-year-old just doesn't know. I don't know. And she's like, "What is that?" And then as she's coming closer, I'm getting ready for a slap.
Yeah.
She's going to slap the life out of me. So my arms are getting ready to pull for cover, right? Buddy, she raises her arm. I raise mine to protect. She comes in with a hook. Mama hooked me with a side jab. I've never seen my mom throw a hook before. But, bro, she came with a hook.
She Tysoned you.
Pow! She folded me.
Actually.
My mom folded me, bro. At 15, she came in with the strongest right hook I had ever gotten to that age in the ribs. So I drop and she goes, and Ahmed's work boots was right there, and she grabbed his work boot and just went ham. She's like, "I struggled to bring you to Canada, and you go get all sorts of holes put in your face." She's like, "Why do you think?" And she went off. And I remember, culturally, this. If your mom or dad are going off on you, you don't talk back.
Yeah,
You don't even look at them.
Yeah.
So I'm just protecting my head.
Yeah.
I'm protecting
You're just
myself.
defense. Yeah.
That's it. And I knew she wasn't going to do anything that's going to end my life. But I'm like, she's trying to teach me a lesson. So I'll just take the beating. And then she just went off. And then she's like, "Get out of the house." She's like, "You don't come back here until that shit is out of your mouth." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I go.
You go back to the place with the black eye, with the receipt.
Yeah.
Hey.
Dude, I had to go to the hospital because the barbell was in. It was too tight, and my fingers were slipping. So I just had to go to the hospital because they had the clamps to hold it and then take it out. And then they took it out, and then I just came home. And we never even talked
about it. Yeah.
And
that's how it would go down. There would not be, bro. In that kind of family, bro, there's no follow up.
No.
There's no how did that. I'm sorry, I had to do that.
Nothing.
I'm sorry, I had to set boundaries like that. But I didn't think it's time for you to get piercings. There's none of that. We'll never talk about that. You know what you did. I know what I just did. No, fucking don't fuck around like that again.
Dude, she won. And it's funny because I'm kind of thankful about it because now looking in hindsight, and sometimes you see those kids now, which is interesting because I thought like emo music like died. But you still see a kid waiting for the bus with like the swoop and the checkered
Damn,
Vans.
that's still in. Yeah.
And it's like the skinny jeans and you're like, and the piercing. And I'm like, I am so thankful.
She
gave me that hook in the side that made me never want to get a piercing again. Because now I look at my adult self, I'm like, I'm not a piercing guy. You know what I mean?
No. You'd be on a fucking you'd be on your 6th pair of checkered Vans right now. They're all ripped, like the skinniest jeans possible. Your testicles would already be fucked. You can't have kids. She saved your life. She saved your ability to procreate.
She really did. Yeah. I think she did, man.
That's mama right there. Shout out there.
Yeah, shout out mom. Shout out mom.
Shout out. Yo, let's fucking land this podcast, though.
All right. Let's land it.
Tell these people where the fuck to find you, bro.
Oh, man. Okay, so you can find me at Moe Ismail. That's my Instagram handle. You can find me. I started a podcast in case you just joined us. Started a podcast with
Some people join at the end. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, exactly. Right. Just fast track to the end.
Is that Hisham Kalati?
No, that's me, dude.
Okay. Why is it so dark?
I don't know, man. My boy Dwight and Omar, they made that for me. They made a bunch of patches for me for my birthday, but.
Gotcha.
And maybe I'll show the camera.
Yeah, just so it's not confusing. This is pre-mustache, obviously.
Yes.
And they fucked up your complexion 2
buddy,
tones
the
dark.
eyes, they really just. So
yeah, you look like a fucking lemur.
Yeah, but in different
like
angles,
raccoon.
it can work in different angles. I don't know if the camera can pick it up.
Oh, the camera sees. They know what it is.
Autofocus. There you go. So yeah, man, they made me a patch, and but
Looks
yeah,
like a
let's land it. So yeah, I started a podcast with my brother. It's called Pretty Harry. So you can find us on Instagram at Pretty Harry Podcast, and we just talk about. Life's hairy situations, man. We talk about hair problems, even though we're both bald, but we're...
That's a hair problem.
It's a hair problem.
That's a hair problem.
It's pretty hairy, dude.
Yeah.
Because the hair is here and all that, but it's also... it's a good time, man. We're always joking around. He's a hilarious guy, and we try to make it fun, so...
Yo, I love the clips you post. That
Thank
shit, and
you,
the
man.
setup looks fucking great, man.
Appreciate
I like
it,
how you
man.
set it up properly from the get-go.
Hey, man, I learned from the best, bro.
I had to do 50, 60 episodes before. Actually, in fact, even 100 episodes, I would say, before we, actually are sitting across you. You've done, 2, 3 episodes where we just fucking are, next to each other, hey, funny stuff. But, yo, make sure to check out Pretty Harry Podcast, as always, in the description. From my end, support the show directly or check out bonus content and bonus weekly episodes at patreon.com/the Immigrant Section. And if you haven't already, smash subscribe. Hit it with 5-star reviews if you're on Apple. And yo, until next time, this has been a pleasure, bro.
Yo,
let's do it.
man.
I can't wait to have you
man.
back.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Every time, bro.
Thank you,
I
man.
can't wait to have you back,
man.
man. Till next time, brother.
Hey.
Y'all the best. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum. Just a quick sign off.
Yo, and that's the episode. Remember, if you liked it, smash that subscribe button so I can give you updates. And until next time, it's your boy, Abbas Wahab. Easy.